So yeah, and speaking of which, the move, yeah, the year before or 2 years before, I made a move 4 hours away upstate. Uh, and I had a very short timeline because the way the market was, the house had to sell, and someone had to move in X amount of time. I had the kids. I had, but we couldn't move into the new house. It was like there was a gap. There was like a 3 week gap before I could move into the house, and we had to get out of the house. So we had to move all the way up here, put all our stuff in storage, live with my in-laws with the new babies, and then work out of there. And then I had the guy who lived here at the house before trashed it. I had to go in and start working on everything from the top down, uh, while working. So it was like, yeah, I mean, I feel like that maybe gave me a little grit.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so this move was like, yeah, this, it's like the same. But yeah, I mean, it was really, I think it all comes back to like vision. There was one thing I always poured a lot of effort and time into, especially as the CMO back at Greco and stuff, was like vision. And I'm a huge, obviously, as a creative, I'm a visionary person. That's really what driven me this far without traditional college degrees and whatever. It's just visionary of kept seeing things happen and kept believing those things would happen and then making those things happen. And, one of the things I did, building up as we were growing was consistently pour time and effort into vision of where the
Mhm.
company will go and the brand and the aspirations, no matter how huge they were, uh, like really lean into those and really pour those into our team, and started seeing others believe into this vision kind of fueled my belief in it. And then it did the same. It was just this reoccurring fuel that we were passing back and forth. And I really leaned to it hard before the move. And I think that is one thing that we never shy away from, when you're in this predicament, is like you always got to like lean into your vision and really believe it, no matter how outlandish it feels sometimes.
Mhm.
But yeah, leaning into the vision is really keeps everyone going. Really, if you don't have a vision of where you're going, then you know you're going to be all over the place and you're going to
Yeah.
take so many wrong turns. And before you get back on track, you're going to burn yourself out and you're going to want to quit. I mean, just like
Mhm.
it's innate to every human. So, I mean, that's one thing I guess we kind of like, we could dive into too, is like, yeah, I mean, the vision of where we're going, through this crazy turmoil right now, which I 100% undoubtedly know we will work out. Like
Yeah,
I've been in
100%.
worse situations. I know
Mhm.
we will work out. Again, I know there's a lot of customers and people out there that are, let down by us and they're upset. But again, I know for a fact if they got the full story and they really understood from every perspective, they'd understand that, yeah, we want the best. We want the best for every creator. We want every creator to sell more comic books, create more comic books. We want everyone to thrive. We just have an interesting situation that we're in, and
And a
interesting.
great opportunity, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's the thing, like
yes. Well, I think a great opportunity means the better the opportunity, the more, I guess, the more puzzles there are to solve, and
mhm.
there's more, kind of like the road is a lot more rockier, and there's a lot more hurdles in the way. I think just like anything good in life, the better the thing is, the harder it is to create. I mean, the best creations weren't created out of whim and laziness. They were
No, dude.
created out of like trial error, like a ton of lashback, a ton of heartache, a ton of commitment and sweat equity and equity. And but and that's kind of where we're at. And I think everyone believes that. It's obviously it's just hard to deal with the day to day. It's hard to
Yeah.
deal with the letdowns and the constant firefighting,
Because
if you will.
a big part of that, and then, a lot of it falls on customer service, like Pam and
Yeah.
Mel. But like, there's so many messages that come in, and so so many upset customers, and understandably so. This is your business. This is what you're
Yeah.
making money off of. You have an audience as a a comic book publisher, creator, that you're trying to like deliver items to that
Yeah.
they paid you money for. So we completely understand the strain of that. But it's also like as a business, as a company, we are trying to take that negativity and block it out enough so that we can solve the problem and handle the problem and come up with new solutions
Yeah.
and be positive and show up every day and deliver this day in and day out as we sort through all this like static that comes our way
Yeah.
too. And it's one of those things. It's inevitable. We've grown.
Yeah.
People have expectations of us. People have a certain healthy relationship with us. And when any relationship, when things change, when things alter, like you're not coming around anymore, like I'm not hearing from you, like things have just been awkward, like you seem very distant, you know what I mean? Stuff like
Right.
that happens in a
Yeah.
regular relationship is
Yeah.
happening
Right.
between
Right.
us and our customers.
It
So we get
totally.
the
Yeah.
frustration.
Totally. Yeah. 100%. It kills us. It gives us all heartaches. Believe me. I mean, it's just when you got a billion problems, it's hard to prioritize. It's hard to prioritize those and distribute those problems to be solved to teammates and stuff. So, I mean, that's all a learning curve too for all of us. But yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of like really coming together and just being transparent and just like working it out. I mean, that's all we can do.
Bring your comics with Comix Wellspring.